Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabha. Hello everyone. So today I feel like talking about loneliness, how to deal with loneliness. So loneliness is a universal human experience, regardless of our genders, backgrounds, race, cultures, where we are from. At one point in our life, for most people, we might all experience the feeling of loneliness. So how to deal with loneliness? Before we talk about how to deal with it, maybe let's look at the cause, the root cause of loneliness. So some people may think that one experiences loneliness because one has less social interaction, while there could be a connection with the level of social interaction that a person has and the feeling of loneliness. But this is not always the case. There are people who are alone and really happy and at peace with themselves. I have seen the happiest people in the world. For instance, the monks and the nuns. They're really happy by being alone. And there are also other people who could experience loneliness when they have a lot of friends or they're with a crowd of people. One can also experience loneliness, especially if there isn't like a deeper connection with the people that you're with, or you feel you're not cared for by others. So being alone doesn't necessarily mean that one will feel lonely, and being with other people doesn't necessarily guarantee that you will not feel lonely. So what exactly is the root cause of loneliness? If we look at loneliness, it is still an emotion, a feeling. If it is an emotion, it is a feeling, then it is still a product of our own mind. All our emotions, sadness, loneliness, etc., all these are still the product of our own mind, generated by our own thoughts, our perceptions. I think I'm so lonely because I don't have, other people with me, I don't have a partner, etc. But all this, deep down, what exactly generated the feelings, the emotions of loneliness is still our own mind. If we know that it is really due to our mind, our thoughts, our way of thinking, our perceptions that generated these feelings of loneliness, then through changing our mind, transforming our mind, we can actually change the feeling of loneliness. We can actually eliminate the feeling of loneliness. And how to do that? Again, by Nianfo meditation or other meditation that you find it helpful. But here I'm going to recommend Nianfo. I've also tried tons of meditation techniques, but why I recommend Nianfo so much due to the ease of application. It is just so easy to apply. You don't need to sit on a cushion and not talk and not move at all. You can literally apply this meditation anytime, anywhere, whenever you feel lonely or whenever you feel upset, all kinds of emotions, all kinds of feelings. I really just recite the name of Amitabha Buddha. Even 10 recitations, it can make a difference to how you feel in the moment. Of course, the more the merrier. Whenever you feel lonely, again, Amitofo, 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 Amitofo. Amitabha, 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 Amitabha. I do it at least 10 times, and you will feel a shift of your feeling, a shift of your mood. Some people may call this emotional bypassing, but if we really look at the essence of our emotions, our feelings, what are they in essence? They're all temporary. They're the product of our own mind. In Buddhism, we call them illusions because they're temporary. They don't last forever. So we don't need to be attached to things that are temporary. Do not be attached to illusions. Do not be attached to the trap of your own mind. So what we really need to understand is that all our feelings, all our emotions, they don't last forever. They're just temporary, just like the clouds on the sky. They come and go. So do not be attached to them. If you are not attached to them, you will not be trapped by them. Do not fall into your own illusional trap. Really recite the name of Amitabha Buddha to help you jump out of it. Sort of just perceive them as a third party. Do not identify with them. Do not be attached to them. Then you will not feel lonely. I guarantee you. If you do this Mindful meditation, whenever you feel lonely, even for 10 recitations, you will already feel a shift of your feelings and emotions. You can already start to jump out. Of course, the more the merrier. If you can keep this pure mindfulness of Amitabha Buddha in your mind, then you are really the happiest person in the world. You will not feel lonely at all, whether you are with other people or you are by yourself. So it's really the quality of our mind, the state of our mind, the way of our thinking that determines how we feel and how we experience life in each and every moment in our life. So we really need to be aware of what we think, the kind of information, the kind of thoughts that we consciously choose to think, to put in our mind. So whenever you feel lonely or whenever you have any other negative emotions, just recite this magic mantra, Amitabha, 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 or Amitofo, Amitofo, Amitofo. Even for a minimum of 10 recitations, you will already experience a difference. And of course, the more the merrier. And when you develop the habit of constantly keeping the mindfulness of Amitabha Buddha in your mind, then you will no longer be trapped by all these emotions and feelings. And I'm definitely talking from my own experience. So in the past, I also, of course, experienced the feeling of loneliness, and I even had depression, like I shared in the past, right? But it is really through meditation, and particularly when I encounter this Mindful practice, it really changed the way I think, and it has really changed myself entirely. So I'm really, really grateful for Amitabha Buddha, for this Mindful practice. So really give it a go. I would not recommend whenever you feel lonely, you just go out and meet someone and talk with them or find a partner, etc. It could be a quick fix if you find the right person who happens to really understand you and care for you. But this is not a permanent solution. Even if you have a very good partner, you have a very caring friend, they cannot always be there for you. There will always be time that you just have to be alone by yourself. So we eventually really need to face ourselves. We really need to learn how to be comfortable with our own company. This is how we can actually grow and to be mature, because we come along in this world and we'll also live alone by ourselves. A lot of time in our life, there may just be ourselves, just us. We cannot really rely on anybody to maybe fill the void within, so to speak. So whenever you feel, upset, lonely, anxious, all kinds of negative emotions, just remember Amitabha Buddha. Keep the mindfulness of Amitabha Buddha, recite the name of Amitabha Buddha, and I guarantee you, you will experience a shift in your feelings, in your emotions, and also your energy level. You will experience much more positivity in your life and much more happiness and peace. So I hope more people can know about this simple Mindful meditation, how practical and useful it is, and what great benefits it can bring to our life. Also, you don't need to believe in the Pure Land. If you don't believe it, that's fine. I just use the name of Amitabha Buddha, which means infinite light and life, to help you transform your thoughts. I change the way you think, to transform your thoughts from negativity into positivity, into infinite light and life, which is also the Buddha nature that's within all beings, the original wisdom that lies within all of us. Through the repetitive recitation of the name of Amitabha Buddha, we can also activate the wisdom within, and it can really help cure a lot of, if not all, the mental health issues and any sort of negative feelings and emotions. So I hope this helps. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Amitabhaya.